from Southern Maryland's weather leader. This is a JB Weather Alert.
Good evening, I'm Forecaster John Bordash with you in the JB Weather Center right now, tracking a very dangerous situation that is currently setting up across the northern DC suburbs across central parts of Montgomery County. Currently, we do have a tornado warning for parts of central Montgomery County that go until 7:45. However, this is for a confirmed damaging tornado that is on the ground that moved through Poolesville not too long ago and is currently en route to create some pretty stark damage for parts of Germantown and potentially eventually getting on over towards Gaithersburg. Taking a look right now at live William Richmond Inc. radar, we are seeing exactly where we have this potential tornado. I want to see if I can't get a better vantage point here on this storm. Let's bring you on over here. Right now, we can see with this pink polygon, this represents where that considerable threat damage is in effect for with this tornado warning. At 7:22, a confirmed tornado was located near Boyd or near Poolesville and moving east at 20 miles per hour. The National Weather Service keys this as a particularly dangerous situation, and those within this pink polygon need to take cover now. The source of this was from weather spotters that did confirm this tornado. Those within this pink polygon in central Montgomery County, you are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be deadly to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be destroyed. Considerable damage to homes, businesses, and vehicles is likely, and complete destruction is possible. The tornado will be near Germantown, Gaithersburg, Montgomery Village, North Potomac, and Boyd's around 7:25, which is just about now. Other locations impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm include, but are not limited to, Dawsonville and Darnestown. To repeat, a large, extremely dangerous, and potentially deadly tornado is on the ground in central parts of Montgomery County. To protect your life, you want to take cover now. Move to a basement or interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If outdoors, in a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. Heavy rainfall will make this tornado difficult to see, so you do not want to wait to see or hear this tornado. What I do want to do is take you on over to a version of radar that we deem our sensitive mode. I use this frequently when trying to investigate severe thunderstorms, especially when we talk about tornadoes and storms that have the potential to create tornadic damage. What I do want to do is take you on over into our one panel. I don't need 4 panels at the current moment. And I want to take you into our base velocity. So just zooming out so you can get some geographical awareness. You have DC to the south. We have our tornado warnings. We're really concerned and really focusing on this one right through here that includes Dawsonville, just north of Darnestown. And what we're taking a look at here is our reflective, or our velocity mode. So radar can show us a few things. Yes, it can show us where we have rain and how heavy the rain is. But this can also show us where we have winds and in what direction these winds could be moving in. Where we get these radar signatures that show red on this product, that is indicative, and I want to see if I can't just get a little bit of a thicker brush here. That indicates winds that are moving away from the radar, and in this case moving into the storm. Our greens represent winds that are circulating around, so you can see exactly where this potential tornado, not even potential, where this damaging tornado is indeed occurring. It has just moved through the Dawsonville area, and we actually do have a couple of reports of tornado damage I want to take a look at quickly. On up towards Poolesville, a train spotter located at the junction of Route 28 and Route 117 in Maryland reported a tornado on the ground about 3 miles west of their location. And a local spotter confirmed tornado lofting debris into the air. Something else that we can use this use radar to do is to take a look at where we have potential debris at. And it's because we're so close to the radar site, this isn't going to be that helpful of a tool for us right now. But this does indicate to us where we have this potential, or where we do have this tornado that has been moving through. We can see where this track has been. If I take you over to a little bit of a different version of radar, We can get our rotation track here over the last while. I want to see, am I able to, yeah, this still gets me there. I want to take off a couple of these layers. And which you will be able to see. Let's take off the warning as well. Where we start to get these yellows here and these reds, this actually indicates where we have the highest probability of having seen rotation. And so we can see here over the last hour that it is directly through this path from Leesburg through Poolesville, now through Dawson. We have a few additional potential spin-ups that have tried to form. Another one that's moved through Bealsville and getting on over towards Boyd's, and one last one that has moved through southern parts of Frederick County. So we can see where we have three distinct areas of rotation that have been moving through parts of the northern DC suburbs here over the last hour, but it really is this southern one that is the most concerning, that is the most likely to be producing damage across this region. If we take us back on over to radar, see what it is we can get out of this system as things load back here into what we have still tracking, and we now have a brand new confirmed tornado warning. I want to take us on over to live William Richmond Inc. radar. This one is also being deemed with a considerable threat damage. Let's take you on in. This is going to be a tornado warning that goes here until 8:15. This is moving about 67 degrees at 24 miles per hour. Let's take us on in. This will track us then through parts of Gaithersburg here within the next 15 minutes. This is turning into a very dangerous situation for a high population area. I want to go ahead and get a screen grab of this and go ahead and post this on over to socials. So do bear with me here as this will cause a temporary lag in coverage. Bada boo. And getting you that tornado warning text here. At 7:28, a confirmed tornado was located over Germantown and moving east at roughly 25 miles per hour. Go ahead and get this posted on over to Facebook and then reset here as we look to welcome in a new slate of viewership. We are currently tracking what has turned into a very active and a very dangerous evening of severe weather here across the mid-Atlantic. For those just now joining, good evening. I'm Forecaster John Bordash with you in the JB Weather Center this evening, continuing to track what has turned into a very active day of severe weather across the mid-Atlantic. We have seen several different tornado warnings impact much of the immediate area, and right now we are tracking an active tornado warning for parts of Montgomery County. This is just to the north of DC, and this is a tornado warning that has been deemed with a very rare tag of a considerable threat damage because we are looking at an observed tornado. At 7:28, a confirmed tornado was located over Germantown, Maryland, and moving east at 25 miles per hour. The National Weather Service has deemed this to be a particularly dangerous situation and that you need to be taking cover now. This is some pretty stark wording, so if you are anywhere located within this pink polygon, I do want to turn radar off briefly. Let's turn lightning off as well, so you can see what are the communities and the towns that are located within this. Those within this pink polygon in central parts of Montgomery County are under this tornado warning till 8:15. The National Weather Service says that you are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be deadly to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be destroyed. Considerable damage to homes, businesses, vehicles are likely, and complete destruction is possible. We are now getting as well an additional tornado warning coming in. This is going to be close to the 10th tornado warning we have seen today. This is for parts of northern Maryland and Carroll County. I do want to stay with this current active tornado warning with a considerable observed threat tag on it, and then we'll head north to go ahead and take a look at that. This tornado will be near Germantown, Rockville, Gaithersburg, Olney, Aspen Hill, Montgomery Village, and Redland around 7:35 p.m. Other locations impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm include, but are not limited to, Spencerville, Laytonsville, Brookville, Washington Grove, Sandy Spring, Ednor, Ashton, Brinklow, Durwood, and Burtonsville. To repeat, a large, extremely dangerous, and potentially deadly tornado is on the ground. To protect your life, you need to take cover now. Move to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you are outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter. Taking a look at current radar right now, let's go ahead and get our William Richmond Inc. radar site from Sterling loaded up. We can see we are now up to 4 separate tornado warnings in effect. One for parts of Baltimore County, that goes until 7:45, so for about the next 9 minutes. That is up here towards the Kingsville area. We have an additional warning that is up here in parts of Carroll County, southwest of Manchester until 8. And then really the big story right now with a very impressive radar signature is this tornado warning for parts of Montgomery County. This goes until 8:15, so for about the next 45 minutes. We are going to continue to track this storm as it continues to look like it is producing potentially extreme damage. Let's go ahead and take you on over into our sensitive mode of the radar. And what we are noticing here with this radar, and I'll just say, with this version of the radar, it shows you almost every nook and cranny, so things don't look necessarily as smooth. But what I'm noticing right now is that we are looking at a developing hook within this storm. And that shows me that we do definitely have a tornado on the ground with this storm. I want to take a look at that base velocity, take a look at where we have winds and in what direction they are moving in. Right now, that rotation, not as pronounced, but still rather significant, is right over, let me use a different pen color, is right over Gaithersburg, right in this region. And this is moving here to the north and east. So I would be immediately concerned right now for areas like Washington Grove, areas like Montgomery Village, Redland, Laytonsville. This is coming your way only as well. Let's get you those tornado safety precautions for anyone that is within any of these tornado warnings. Step 1, you need to be moving indoors. And actually, I do want to get us back on over here to radar. We did just get a new update with this radar scan, and this is turning into a rather dangerous situation here. We can see where we have these winds moving away from the radar, swiftly then also turning into the radar. This shows you where we have this confirmed tornado on the ground, getting ready here to move right into the Gaithersburg area, getting ready to move right here into the Washington Grove area. So again, these locations, what you would need to be doing, you are moving indoors. You want to be getting into a building that has a sturdy foundation. We're not talking about a mobile home. We're not looking at a shed. We are noting that we have potential wind gusts within this tornadic thunderstorm upwards of 100 to 110 miles per hour. That is a very dangerous type of wind speed that is going to cause damage to both sheds, to mobile homes, and to non-sturdy foundational structures. Within your foundational structure, you need to be moving to the lowest level of that building. Ideally, we're looking for a basement. We know that we have a confirmed tornado on the ground that has moved through parts of Poolesville, that is now getting ready to move through Gaithersburg, Maryland. So with that, you want to get as low as you can. Basement is going to be prime, but if you don't have one of those, then we're going to be talking about a first floor location, and you want to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible, and you want to shield yourself getting into that interior room. Ideally, locations I would be thinking about to go to during this emergency situation would be an interior hallway, a closet, a bathroom. We're looking for a room that does not have a wall that touches the outdoors. Or if we do have one that touches the outdoors, maybe it's only one or two. It's on a corner, we don't have a window, and we want to be shielding ourselves. Again, we do have a confirmed tornado on the ground moving here into Gaithersburg. And as I've been saying this, we've gotten a couple new radar updates that I've been monitoring as I've been talking through these tornado safety precautions. And this, again, is a very dangerous situation. We are now getting a couple of new tornado warnings, it appears, coming here into the JB Weather Center. We know that we have this tornado warning right now for parts of Montgomery County. And it looks like they've issued another tornado warning up here for parts of Baltimore County. This is going to include Perry Hall, Joppa Town, getting on over towards Emerton, and this is going to go until 8:15. However, we are going to continue to stay with this damaging tornado warning that is in effect here. I'm going to go ahead and get us on over into our sensitive mode radar. We can really see, if I take the warnings off quickly, where we have this distinct rotation. I mean, in this, again, new update, we're getting these in about every 30 to 45 seconds here, showing where this is now moving right over Gaithersburg. I would highly suspect that we're looking at a damaging tornado within this region. Let's take you on over to a live William Richmond Inc. radar. As I do that, I want to see if I can't just get a couple of MDOT cameras loaded up into this area, see if we can get a live look at what's going on. I do want to get your radar, though, as I go ahead and do that, and we can see where this storm is located. It is really bringing some hefty rain, in the very least, into the Gaithersburg area, central parts of Montgomery County. I want to go ahead and get into the Washington, D.C. metro area, see what we can get. Again, we're going to be talking about this tornado warning that goes until just about 8:15 for central parts of Montgomery County. Getting a live look in here, I want to see what we can get shown up here. Coming on over, let's get you on in. See what we can get. So this is the MDOT cameras right now. So this is going to be on over towards Quince Orchard Road. I do see some flying debris here. This is parts of Montgomery County. We can see that we have some pretty stark winds coming through this area. I want to see if we can't get additional looks here at this. And actually, as I take a look here, I see what could potentially be this confirmed tornado on the ground. We're really looking right in through here. You can see a lowering of the clouds, a faint hue of moving clouds. This looks to be where we could be looking at our potential tornado moving through. I would be very interested to see what additional cameras might be able to show us within this area. See what we can get here. Montgomery Village, we're just looking at heavy rain. Clapper Road, that heavy rain continues, so this looks like it's going to be our best bet to see what we have going on here. Camera moving around, we are looking at a lot of those deep clouds. We see a lot of leaves moving around. Again, this is in Gaithersburg and central parts of Montgomery County, where we have a confirmed tornado on the ground moving through, getting ready to cross some pretty highly populated locations. Again, this is turning into a very dangerous situation here in parts of Montgomery County with a confirmed tornado on the ground moving through Gaithersburg. It looks like this has just crossed over I-270. We have heavy rain coming through. I want to see what else we can get going here, see if we can get another look at what this storm could be producing. We see a heavy rain with all of these camera angles. I'm not seeing a camera angle that I really would be interested in. This would be the closest one, but even this, we're going to continue to keep a lookout here, see if we can get a look at any potential of this confirmed tornado on the ground. As I take you back on over here to live William Richmond Inc. radar. For those just now joining, good evening. I'm Forecaster John Bordash, staying here live with you, covering what is a confirmed damaging tornado moving through central parts of Montgomery County. We're talking about Gaithersburg being under the gun right now. This started really as a storm developing near Leesburg, Virginia, that then moved through Poolesville, just south of Germantown, and is currently moving through the Gaithersburg area. This tornado warning is going to be continuing here until about 8:15. You can see it there. It's actually shaded in pink, which isn't on our ledge, and that denotes that this is a considerable threat from this tornado warning storm as it moves here to the east. a multitude of different weather spotters have noted and have confirmed this tornado on the ground. And we're going to continue to see what we can get out of this storm as it continues to track here to the east. This is definitely in a high population area. I want to come back in here. Let's get you on over into an interactive mode here of radar, and we can really see this is a look at tracks over the last hour of rotation. And what this can show us right here, we see this line of yellow, red, and in some cases even that blue color. That denotes where this tornado has been tracking over the last hour. We see just the Leesburg area, south of Poolesville, Dawsonville, and now getting on over towards Gaithersburg. And this is going to continue here to the east. I want to see if we can't just get a new update here from the National Weather Service about this storm, see what it is we can learn that's going on. And I think what's the most concerning here, you can see where we are getting a little bit of a hole in the radar coverage right through here. That would denote to me that's probably where our tornado is. We likely have winds working around this way, coming around, and it's a little bit of a donut hole. That is what we can see sometimes with some of the strongest storms out in the Midwest. We can get some of those donut hole type of presentations. New update coming in from the National Weather Service. They are continuing this tornado warning that is going to be going here until 8:15. At 7:43, a confirmed tornado was located over Gaithersburg, moving east at 20 miles per hour. The National Weather Service continues to note that this is a dangerous situation. I do want to now take you live on over to our MDOT camera network. This is still taking a look here in Gaithersburg. We are seeing, in the very least, what is a lowering of the cloud deck. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, we're looking at a potential wall cloud right through here, but I am seeing some signs of rotation. We could definitely see our potential tornado located right in this region. This camera has a very unique angle to see what is going on, a lowering of the cloud base. And we're taking a look to see what's going on here. We can see we have those clouds swirling around. I'm hesitant to say that this entire thing is the tornado. That seems rather large given our setup for today, but it is definitely possible that this is going to be the area that we're taking a look at. We now have this confirmed tornado that is moving here into parts of central Montgomery County. We are continuing to look at a confirmed tornado on the ground moving through Gaithersburg, and that will continue off to the east, moving towards the only area up next. That is going to be the area we are looking at. I'm going to keep us here on this image of radar on this live camera. I do want to take as I say that, I then change the screen. I want to take this on over here so I can get a look at what the latest data is that's coming in. We're up next going to really be looking at Washington Grove. Washington Grove is going to be under the bullseye right now, and then taking a look at Redland. This is, again, a very dangerous situation with a confirmed tornado on the ground. And you can see that warning text right there. This continues until 8:15. Let me go ahead. I want to switch gears briefly as we get this camera readjusted here. I'm going to take a look inside of our, here we go, inside of our sensitive mode radar. We can see this velocity couplet where we have winds shown going, I do this every time with the black marker, where we have winds moving away from the radar, winds coming in towards the radar. This is really centered here over Washington Grove. This is going to be moving just north, or if not through the Redland area, and then continuing here off to the east, Olney, Brookville. You're going to be up next. Gaithersburg, you are beginning to look like you could be in the clear, but we're going to have to continue to monitor this as these storms can act rather erratically. We are getting some indications where we could have some debris with this, but we can really see where we are looking at, and now I'm doing it with the yellow marker, where we can see that we have this defined hook of a storm that's coming through, now moving through the Washington Grove area. So only Brookville, you're going to be up next to be under the gun of this potential or of this confirmed damaging tornado. We will see what is able to get produced, what reports we get out of this area. I do want to see if I can't get another look here, getting closer towards Washington Grove now of this storm. We are getting a bit of, and I want to show you what we have going on here. This is taking a look at our Washington Grove camera. And as we say that, we might have just lost connection with that camera. But we could see the tornado there in the corner. I want to see what else I can get. If any of these camera sites are able to show what we are looking at. I wonder if it's just a server error potentially with MDOT. Go ahead and give this a refresh. As that loads up, I do want to take you back on over to live William Richmond Inc. radar. You can see where that pink polygon is. That represents an active tornado warning. That tornado warning is still in effect until 8:15. And to reiterate for our Southern Maryland followers, we are not talking about this to be impacting the Southern Maryland area. Right now, you are in the clear. Honestly, most locations outside of Montgomery County are clear right now and have nothing at present time to be worried about. We are seeing if we can't just get an updated camera angle here at what could be a potentially devastating tornado moving through parts of central Montgomery County. We are in a highly populated area, which does give us the ability to see if we can't just tap into a live look at what this tornado would be looking like as it moves through this region. And I want to see if I can't just get this to show this time. You can see this is a look at our Washington Grove camera. We can see right through here, this would be that tornado. That would be the tornado shown right there on our MDOT camera network, showing where we are looking at a potential or where we do have a damaging confirmed tornado moving here through parts of central Montgomery County. This is tracked from Poolesville. This is tracked on through Gaithersburg, now getting into Washington Grove. This will be tracking near the Redland area coming up next. See if we can't just get an updated look at all of our tornado warnings we have going on at the moment. We have this tornado warning. This is right now north of Rockville. This is getting right into Washington Grove and Redland. Up next is going to be Olney. If you have any interest in the Olney area, you know anybody that is in the Olney area or you yourself are there, you need to be getting prepared now for a damaging tornado. It looks like it's almost on a straight line headed towards Olney and Sandy Spring. I'm going to see if I can't just get a updated storm track here. Let's see what we're able to get together as this gets its act together. And if I take you on over to our interactive version of this radar, we can see where we have this distinct hook right through here, moving through Washington Grove and Redland. Again, Olney, you are up next. This will be moving through the Brookville area as well. We can see where we have that tight rotation couplet. This is now moved through Washington Grove. This is moved through Redland and is now heading on over towards Olney. Let's see, what am I able to get loaded up here? Getting the latest scan loading in. See what I can get. There we go. Let's go ahead and take you on over now. This is what I've been looking for all session here. Yeah, we could see right where this tornado is moving through the Redland area. Olney and Brookville up next under the gun of this dangerous storm. See if our camera network is capturing any new live images of what would be a damaging tornado. It looks like we might have some look here. Not the best, but it does get us some visual confirmation out here in the foreground. You can see where we have some lowering of the clouds. I do wonder if that is going to be where our potential tornado is that we're going to continue to track. Taking a look to see what other live images we can get out of central Montgomery County. Now we're getting a little bit further away from where this potentially would be. Camera's still moving around to try to capture what's going on. Getting a little bit too far away. Now we're entering a region where we have very limited MDOT camera access, so we'll continue to watch to see what we're able to get here. And it looks like we might have a new update here with our tornado warning. So, yep, we do have a new update. Tornado warning remains in effect until 8:15 for central Montgomery County. At 7:51, a confirmed tornado was located over Redland or near Olney and moving east at 25 miles per hour. We are still tracking a damaging tornado that is radar confirmed. For those in the direct path of a tornado touchdown, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Damage to roofs, siding, and windows may occur. Mobile homes may be damaged or destroyed, and tree damage is likely. This tornado will be moving through the Olney area right around 7:55, so let's hear within the next 5 minutes or so. Other locations impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm include, but are not limited to, Brookville, Sandy Spring, Ednor, Ashton, Brinklow, Spencerville, Bruntonsville, Durwood, and Cloverly. To repeat, a tornado is on the ground with this storm. You want to take cover now. That means moving to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you are outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. Let's go ahead. I do want to take a more regional look at radar, see what we have going on across the Mid-Atlantic right now. Let's take us on in, zoom us on out. We do have some additional showers getting ready to work through southern Maryland. I don't see anything that is tornadic about these in nature right now. We do have one tornado warning to the northeast of Baltimore. This is northeast of White Marsh. This is for the Joppa area. You can see where we have a little bit of that curlicue right now and where this has been tracking towards Joppatown. We continue to track. I mean, you can see very clearly where this track has been. This is our 1 hour rotation track. Where you get those yellows and reds, that shows where a rotation has been. Where you start to get some of those blues, that is, almost a confirmation of where we have seen at least a tornado touchdown. And this again is over the last 1 hour, and this continues to track here to the east, getting ready to move into Olney. Go ahead and take us back on over here. See what this updated base velocity is looking like. You can see where we have that intense rotation. Let me see if we can look at a wind potential. What are we able to see in this area? Is this product going to load? It might not. That's fine. Let's go ahead, take us in here. Storm relative, does that get me any better look here? Not really. I want to stay here. All right, we can see winds moving away from the radar right through here. Winds coming in towards the radar right through here. This is coming here right into the Olney area. We are getting some pretty stark damage reports of collapsed buildings and people trapped in those buildings. So again, turning into a dangerous situation that is going to have to continue to stay on the front of people's minds as we continue to watch this storm. See, are we getting any updated looks at this storm as it moves here into the Olney area? This Ashton camera has no video, because why would we expect a camera to have video? Yeah, that might be about it for what we're able to get on the MDOT camera network right now. I want to see if we're getting any new damage reports submitted online and see what we can get reported here through social media. All right, I'm going to keep the audio off here because I'm not sure exactly what this person is saying, but this would be a tweeted video here, or at least on X, of this tornado as it moved through Poolesville. Now the camera angle is a bit jumpy, but you can see where you have that distinct tornado. You can see it right through there. That is a very classic wedge tornado that has that downward action moving to the east. We can see where that is. Yeah, that is a very impressive shot here of what this tornado looks like as it has moved from really from the Leesburg area through Poolesville, getting through Germantown, Gaithersburg, Washington Grove, Redlands, and now getting on over into parts of the Olney area. This is a video that comes from @AllHailGreen of right over John Poole Middle School. So that Again, very interesting. We are going to continue to watch as this confirmed tornado continues to move here to the east. I want to see. Looks like we're getting another look at what this confirmed tornado looked like as it moved through the Gaithersburg area. Let's take you back on over here to X. This is a tweeted video. You can see that is a rather large tornado that moved through the Gaithersburg area. We can get that confirmation on the ground. This is the same storm, and this was just a matter of about 10 to 15 minutes ago. This is the same storm that is now here moving into the Olney area. I want to see if we can't just get a look at what updated reflectivity looks like. We talked earlier this afternoon that these storms have a tendency of like pulsing almost like a heartbeat, pulsing up and getting really tight rotation and then pulsing down and relaxing and letting that rotation breathe before coming right back up. And it looks like we might be seeing a round of that right now, as this rotation doesn't look as strong as it at one time did, but it is still there, which is what is concerning. And this is moving right towards Sandy Spring. This is going to be getting on over towards the Brinklow area as well. We'll see how much longer this storm can keep its rotation. At some point, you would figure that this would have to run out of energy, out of steam. But we'll see. I mean, the radar presentation isn't as impressive as it had been at one point. But we still note that we have this long-lived rotation track with this storm. Right now, this does appear to be the only game in town with what we're taking a look at. See what we're able to get on the camera network. See if we have any of these cameras that are moving to look towards the Olney area. I don't think we're gonna have that, and that's fine. That's fine. But again, for those just now joining, good evening. I'm Forecaster John Bordash. I've been with you all afternoon and evening tracking this confirmed tornado that has been moving through central parts of Montgomery County, just to the north of DC. Again, we have a confirmed tornado on the ground. It has been a long track tornado that we've really been tracking here for the better part of an hour. Let's take you on over here towards William Richmond Inc. radar. We see this tornado has just moved through the Olney area. It does look like this is maybe trying to fall apart at least a little bit. This rotation does not appear to be as strong as it had once been. As I let this circulate through, you will see over the last half hour how this has transpired here. And at one time, this looked like a pretty significant and a pretty good rotation couplet there. And you see it right there. But now it's been allowed to breathe a little bit. It's maybe pulsating down a bit, and maybe isn't looking as pressing as it had at one point. Storm relative. Yeah, I mean, we could see where maybe that rotation would potentially be. I want to see if we're able to get a correlation coefficient on this puppy. Yeah, I mean, probably is still something there, but longevity of this storm, I feel like this might be starting to get to a spot where it's maybe trying to run out of energy, which definitely would be a welcome sight as the storm continues to track here to the east. Again, this is a confirmed tornado warning that does go through 8:15, so for about the next 14 minutes, this storm is going to be moving through. Again, we have several reports that have come in. We actually now have a brand new tornado warning coming in. I would be interested to know where this is, and they have continued this now. This is going into parts of Anne Arundel County. Go ahead and get you on over here. Wait for this to load into our system, and this might be a case where there it is. This is going to be a new tornado warning. This goes until 8:15, and this is with our existing storm. Let's go ahead and get a manual track drawn on here. We are moving at about 30 miles to the east at about 81 degrees. Go ahead and get some radar loaded up here. Oh. Now you will need to excuse me for a moment as I go ahead and get this posted on over to socials. And this is going to be a tornado warning that includes, it looks like central Howard County, in northern Anne Arundel County in Maryland until 8:45. At 8:01 p.m., a severe thunderstorm with a history of producing damaging tornadoes was located over Olney and moving east at 30 miles per hour. I'll get this on over to Axe. All right, for those of you just now joining, good evening. I'm Forecaster John Bordash here with you in the JB Weather Center this evening, continuing to track, again, what has really turned into a rather active afternoon and evening across the Mid-Atlantic. We have seen round after round of severe weather push through. We have seen upwards of almost 10 different tornado warnings get issued today. And now we are looking at a brand new tornado warning that has been issued for parts of Anne Arundel County, parts of Howard County, until 8:45. Now, this comes with a storm that has had a long history of producing a damaging and confirmed tornado as it tracked almost the entire length of Montgomery County, really starting to give indications that it was putting down a tornado as it moved across the Potomac River, getting into the Poolesville area, then tracking through Germantown and Gaithersburg and Washington Grove, then getting through Olney, and right now just to the southeast of Brookville. And now we are going to be watching for this potential tornado to be moving just south of Columbia, getting towards the Jessup area and potentially impacting areas like Glen Burnie. Let me get you the latest warning text here from the National Weather Service. We have this tornado warning for northwestern Anne Arundel County, southeastern Howard County, and southwestern Baltimore County until 8:45. At 8:01, a severe thunderstorm with a history of producing tornadoes was located over Olney, and this storm was moving east at about 20 miles per hour. Right now, we're just looking at radar indicated rotation with this storm. It looks like any potential tornado at the moment may have lifted up, but it is very possible, if not likely, that we see another touchdown with this. For those in the direct path of a potential tornado touchdown, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Damage to roofs, siding, and windows may occur. Mobile homes, they may be damaged or destroyed, and tree damage is likely. Let's get you some times here. This dangerous storm is going to be located near Columbia and Savage Guilford around 8:05 p.m. We are getting another new tornado warning coming in. Oh, we are now up over 10 tornado warnings today. Oh, God, this is a lot to keep up with. Just to get you an idea of where we're talking about, let me zoom you on out here. New tornado warning just to the north of Baltimore. This is going to include Reisterstown. This is just north of Towson, and that tornado warning is going to be until 8:45. But let's come back down here to the south where we have had a confirmed tornado with this warning. This is going to be near Ellicott City at 8:10, Elk Ridge, Historic Ellicott City, and Fort Meade around 8:15, Severn, Catonsville, and Arbutus around 8:20. Other locations impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm include Fulton, Hanover, Simpsonville, Clarksville, Itchester, Savage, Harmonis, Scraggsville, Jessup, and Georgetown. Take cover. You want to move into a basement. And let's go over those tornado safety precautions. For those of you just now tuning in, we do now have dual tornado warnings in effect. One that is in effect just to the south of Baltimore. This is going to be for central or for southern parts of Howard County and northern parts of Anne Arundel County. Additionally, we have another tornado warning that is going to be in effect for parts of Carroll County and northern parts of Baltimore County. The Baltimore County tornado warning includes locations such as Owings Mills, Reisterstown, and Cockeysville, and that goes again until 8:45. We can take a look at base velocity right now. We can see where we have potential tornado signatures showing up. I see a really defined one here just north of Eldersburg. That'll be tracking here into the Reisterstown area, coming through the next really the next 15 minutes or so. Reisterstown, be on the lookout for that. Cockeysville, it's going to be in your doorstep, crossing 45 here soon. And this is actually a rather defined area of circulation. And then we have our additional warning down here for parts of Howard and Arundel County. It's for this puppy right here. And again, this is taking a look at where we have winds and in what direction they are moving. We know that we are moving this at about 30 miles per hour to the east. This gets you right into the Jessup area, getting towards 831, Elk Ridge 839, Glen Burnie 847, Riviera Beach at right around 9 o'clock, as well as Dundalk and Edgemere just shortly thereafter. So if you are included in any of these active tornado warnings we have in effect, again, this is going to be for parts of Carroll County and parts of Baltimore County. Let's see if I can't just get this is now going to be a confirmed tornado that's now moving into parts of Baltimore County. So this now takes a little bit more precedent here. We are looking at a confirmed tornado on the ground that's just north of Eldersburg. At 8:08, a confirmed tornado was located over Gamber, or 9 miles southeast of Westminster, and moving northeast at 20 miles per hour. The National Weather Service is deeming this a damaging tornado. Let's go ahead and get that storm track loaded back up here. We know that we are tracking a confirmed tornado on the ground. This is moving northeast at about 20 miles per hour at about 66 degrees. So this is going to take it very close to the Cockeysville area. Let's go ahead and get this posted. Let's put that right there. Get this posted on over to socials, get Baltimore in the picture so people have some sort of an idea of where we are. And again, we're talking about a confirmed dangerous tornado that is moving here into the northern Baltimore County area. Any interest in those locations do need to be taking cover. My immediate mind comes that I have a sister that lives in Baltimore City, but Cassidy, you should be fine, as this is just to your north, but do stay weather aware. So we do have a new tornado warning, red polygon for northern Baltimore County until 8:45. All right, let's go ahead and come back in here, see what it is we're looking at. I also do want to get you, I've promised, those tornado safety precautions. If you were in the path of any of these active tornado warnings, we are going to be talking about you needing to move indoors. You cannot be outside during one of these types of situations, and you need to be moving into a building that has a foundation, a mobile home, and a shed. Those are locations that are not going to cut it, right? We need a firm foundation building. You need to be moving to the lowest level of that building. So that's either going to be to a basement or it's going to be to a first floor. Basement's preferred. If you don't have a basement, that's okay. The first floor is all right, but that makes the third point even more important. You need to get into an interior room. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. You want to cover your body. Think about getting maybe a pillow or a mattress or some sort of blanket that could provide protection if you do indeed see debris. We know in Baltimore County we have a confirmed tornado on the ground. I do see some just now coming into, some people coming into the chat wanting to know about Southern Maryland proper. None of this is in effect for Southern Maryland right now. Right now, I see very little going on in Southern Maryland. We have some, some localized downpours, parts of Charles and St. Mary's County, but right now, all of the action, as it has been all day, is focused between DC and the Mason-Dixon line. We're tracking 2 active tornado warnings. We have one here for the Reisterstown and Cockeysville area for a confirmed tornado. This goes until 8:45, and we see that we have a pretty strong indication of rotation with that storm. We have an additional tornado warning that is going to be just to the south of Baltimore. That goes until just about are we also looking at 8:45 there? I think we are. What I do want to do is actually take you on over to sensitive mode with our radar. So I can go ahead and show you what it is I'm looking at as I talk you through all of this, what is concerning to me right now. We can see where we have our 2 tornado warnings, and there's a lot of red on this map. What we're looking at right now is our base velocity mode. We know that radar can tell us several things. Radar can tell us where rain is. Radar can also show us where we have winds. And where we have winds and what direction are they moving and how fast are they moving. So let's first start with the Baltimore County tornado because this shows us really well. If I just showed you this and told you to pick out where the tornado is, you could probably pick it out. Where we get these like darker like greens and black colors, those indicate winds going toward the radar. So let me use, I'll use blue here so to make sure it shows up. We have winds coming this way. That's a really crappy arrow. Winds coming this way. And then where we get that bright yellow, that indicates where winds are coming in towards this tornado. So this is going to be a confirmed rotation with a tornado on the ground that's going to be moving here into Reisterstown. I do want to see briefly if we have some cameras in this area. We have another tornado warning. These just like, oh, no rest for the weary here. Another tornado warning in effect for parts of Baltimore County, parts of Hartford County. It's going to be for this polygon that is going to be just to the northeast of Baltimore. Baltimore's kind of surrounded on 3 sides right now by tornado warnings. And this is going to go here until 8:45. Let me go in and get this posted on over towards socials. Oh. I see Kate is saying, John, you look tired. That is very accurate. Yeah, this is, I mean, in the very least, typically on days where we have this many tornado warnings, I have some sort of idea, and I will have goldfish nearby. I will have coffee on the go, some sort of caffeine. And the tornado warning just south of Baltimore has now gone confirmed again. All right. Let's reset here. Let's get things back into action. For those of you just now tuning in, I am Forecaster John Bordash, still with you here in the JB Weather Center this afternoon, well, this evening now, continuing to track what has turned into a very active severe weather situation across the mid-Atlantic. We are currently tracking 3 tornado warnings in effect for parts of northern Maryland, and right now they surround Baltimore on 3 sides. I have a confirmed tornado north of Baltimore. I have a confirmed tornado south of Baltimore, and radar indicated rotation to the east. I do want to quickly focus first here on the southern tornado warning because this does include parts of our immediate coverage area. The National Weather Service is keeping the tornado warning in effect until 8:45. At 8:16, a confirmed tornado was located near Highland, and this was moving east at about 30 miles per hour. So what I want to do is see if I can't try to get a little bit of a look here into this storm. See what Elk Ridge give me anything. No, let's see if I can't just get south of Columbia here. I suppose. Not seeing anything right now. Montgomery Road isn't getting me anything at the moment. Longgate. Elk Ridge. Yeah, not seeing anything at the moment. I do see rather dark skies in these areas, though. I also want to take a look up at see if we have anything in the Reisterstown area. I suspect we might. We have a confirmed tornado up that way as well. Nothing right now. Let's get back here to the game. At 8:16, a confirmed tornado was located near Highland and moving east at 30 miles per hour. We are tracking a confirmed damaging tornado. This is going to be near Columbia, and we're going to go through a list of locations and times. Be listening if you are in any of these locations or you're near any of these locations. You want to take one of those or take all of those tornado safety precautions of getting indoors, lowest level, and protect yourself. For this tornado is going to be near Columbia, Severn, Elk Ridge, Ellicott City, Catonsville, Fort Meade, and Savage Guilford at around 8:20, so that's just about now. Artibus at 8:25. Other locations impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm include, but are not limited to, Fulton, Hanover, Simpsonville, Harmonious, Scraggsville, Savage, Jessup, Georgetown, and Highland. To repeat, a tornado is on the ground with this. Take cover now. Move to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. You want to avoid windows. If you are outdoors, in a mobile home, or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. So that is going to be with our southernmost warning here. That is for parts of Howard County. Let me see if we can't get a look at base velocity with this. We can see this puppy is rather sheared out, but it looks like we could definitely have something in that location. Yeah, I'm looking just north of Scraggsville. That's going to be just to the southwest of Simpsonville. Let me see if I can get you on over here. This is where we're looking at that potential rotation, right? So we're going towards the radar here, away from the radar here, and this is going to be Simpsonville, Guilford, North Laurel, Savage, Jessup, Waterloo, Jonestown, especially Simpsonville, Guilford, Jonestown, and Waterloo. I'm looking at you. This is going to be just south of the Columbia area. Elk Ridge, this is coming your way as well. Severn, you're included as well. I'm looking at another tornado warning here with a confirmed tornado on the ground that has just moved through Reisterstown. This is going to be moving towards Shawn and Cockeysville. Any interest along I-83 here from Hereford through Cockeysville, getting down close towards that house and split there on 83, you are going to be under the gun of this northernmost tornado warning. I'm also tracking a tornado not confirmed at the moment, radar indicated rotation near Magnolia, near White Marsh, and that's going to be moving here to the north and east. So we are seeing a numerous amount of severe weather that has really taken shape here. If I take you back on over to live William Richmond radar, I can get you a loop here over the last, we have enough. It's not funny. At this point, it's just like, oh my God, we have another tornado warning right now for parts of Baltimore County and parts of Hartford County. Oh my goodness, dude. Like, I am not seeing this many tornado warnings come through at any one given time. We have another tornado warning in effect. I'm getting tired of saying that. Up here for parts of Baltimore and Harford County. This includes Jarrettsville. This goes here until 8:45 p.m. This is not a confirmed tornado on the ground. This is radar indicated rotation located near Jarrettsville or 8 miles north of Cockeysville. And this is moving east at 20 miles per hour. So you can really see where the bulk of our activity is here, right around the Baltimore area. The ones with the white outlines represent where we have confirmed tornadoes on the ground. And everything is moving to the east. As things stand right now, I have no active severe warnings in effect for southern Maryland. You can see where we have histories and reports of different tornadoes, or of a tornado that has moved through parts of central Maryland, through parts of Montgomery County. Wow, and you can really see, if I bring you on over here, let's get you on in here. This is a look at our rotation tracks here over the last hour or so. And we can really see here where we get those yellows and you get those reds, that indicates higher levels of rotation. We had that track of a tornado. That is a thick brush. There we go. Right through here, through parts of Montgomery County, now getting into Howard and then Anne Arundel County. We tracked this one moving through Carroll County near Skysville, getting into Reisterstown. This additional area through White Marsh, one that has just started just south of Whitehall. All of this moving east. Whew, we are continuing to really keep things active here. I do want to see if we're getting any confirmations of these tornadoes, getting any video report coming in here to JB Weather. I want to see what we have going on over on X. This has been a really good resource to try to get looks at what's going on. Not seeing anything with the Reisterstown tornado just yet. Not seeing anything new with the Howard County tornado as well. We have lots of images and video now coming in from the Gaithersburg area of damage that has occurred. We have trees on the ground. We have damage to buildings. People have been trapped in these buildings. Yeah, it has turned into quite the active afternoon and evening here as we continue to track this dangerous situation that is ongoing here for parts of central Maryland. Wow. This is a look, and we were taking a look at this video live just probably at this point about half an hour ago of this tornado. We saw this camera here. I was skeptical that the tornado was this large, but I mean, you can see that the power flash here as this tornado was moving through Gaithersburg. This was about half an hour ago, and you can see that confirmed tornado. And this is the same system that is now here moving through parts of Howard County. That's going to be getting into parts of northern Anne Arundel County here eventually. We see all the reports of tornado damage from this system. The National Weather Service continues to hold this tornado warning. Let's put you on over here. See if we have any updates. Nothing at the current moment. Would be interested to see if we can get any new updates from the National Weather Service on this puppy. It does look like at least a little bit of a good news. The tornado warning that is for Owings Mill. Oh, oh my God. This is insane. We are now up to 5. I thought this was the tornado warning getting downgraded. No, it's just a new one. One moment, please. All right, new tornado warning. I do wonder, is this an additional storm warning, or is this taking over the earlier? No, I think it's a new one. Dang it. Okay, let's roll with the punches here. Let's take you on in. So we have 5 active tornado warnings at the moment here. I do want to quickly turn radar off. You can see where these warnings are. They're the red polygons. So I have one that's out here towards White Marsh and Magnolia, parts of Harford County. That red polygon, this goes until 8:45. I have an additional tornado warning up here for parts of the Jarrettsville area. This is going to be going until 8:45. I have a tornado warning with a confirmed tornado for parts of Shawn and Cockeysville and Hereford. This goes until 8:45. Note the white outline that shows us where we have a confirmed tornado. We are looking at another tornado warning. This is for the Owings Mills area in southern parts of Cockeysville. This is getting close to the Pikesville and Baltimore City area, getting close to Towson. This warning here is going to be going until 9 p.m. We have our last tornado warning out of the 5. This is another confirmed tornado warning. This is going to be going until 8:45. This includes Simpsonville, Guilford, Waterloo, Jonestown, Elk Ridge, Harmonious. This is getting towards BWI as well. I'm going to throw on our current velocity mode. This shows us where we have winds moving within these storms, where we get you see lots of red to start with. These are all winds moving away from the radar, where we can get some of those darker colors that can represent where winds are moving towards the radar. Here into the southernmost warning and for parts of our coverage area, this doesn't look as pronounced as earlier. I could see a little bit of rotation here, though, moving through Simpsonville, getting close to Jonestown next, Elk Ridge, Columbia, all need to be in their tornado-safe places. Additionally, moving north, we have 2 separate potential tornadoes. 2 separate potential tornadoes here. I'm talking rotation here, getting near the Shawn area. This one should be moving north of Cockeysville, but then I have an additional rotation couplet here, getting towards just over the Owings Mills area. That's 695. No, that's which 95? Is that 895? No. One of the 95s. This is moving Owings Mills. This is moving towards Mays Chapel. Cockeysville, I would really be on guard for this southern warning. Let's go ahead, zoom out. This Magnolia warning, it's concerning to me. I could see this easily producing a confirmed tornado near Edgewood. I see some decent rotation shown here. We've had storms with less rotation than that produce confirmed tornadoes today, so that's what I'm going to be keeping an eye on. Note, I have no real rotation in southern Maryland. That's good news right now. And could this be a little rotation in the Inner Harbor? Who knows? We'll see. We'll see what's going on. But yeah, this is the current status of affairs right now. Active evening. I have not seen a tornado outbreak like this in quite some time. And this, honestly, it's a different kind of tornado outbreak than I've seen in my years of forecasting. We're not really talking about like long track EF5 tornadoes. But we are talking about frequent tornadoes touching down EF0 type of tornadoes. They aren't like Midwest kind of strong. They do suggest, though, that we could be looking at just frequent bouts of damage that come through. And we're going to have to continue to track all of this. We're getting some new video in here. I don't know if I want audio on here since I can't listen to it, but you can see this is one of the tornadoes that we had been tracking in Montgomery County that is now moving out here through. I don't know if this video really wants to load. That's now moving out through Howard and parts of Anne Arundel County. You can see where that tornado is off in the distance. This is re-X'd by Capital Weather Gang from Ghost Girl 13. Get a very decent look. I mean, you can see the damage here within parts of Gaithersburg. Go ahead. I don't know if I need audio with this puppy. Yeah, I mean, it's something to watch. I want to see, are we able to get any of these tornadoes on our MDOT network, especially now that they're moving into a populated area where we have roadways that are going to be impacted. I just see heavy rain there. I would imagine that this is impacting the impacting BWI. Yeah, that's just some heavy rain right now. Yeah, not seeing anything on this potential on this confirmed tornado. I want to take a look at our northern friends here. I see a question about Carroll County. Not seeing anything in Carroll County right now. Just about all of that has moved to your north. We do have that tornado warning out towards Owings Mills, though. McDonough Road, not seeing much. Northern parts of that beltway, not seeing too much. 83, just seeing that heavy rain for right now. So right now it looks like, yeah, we're still rocking 5 tornado warnings. We do have, what is this? A report of a funnel cloud intersection of Reisterstown Road and Bosley Lane. So right now, Howard County, Frederick County, Montgomery County in the clear. I mean, I'm hesitant to say that Southern Maryland's in the clear, but like most of this activity is focused to your north, so I'm not worried about severe weather for Southern Maryland. Right now, it really is just this Baltimore metro area where we have Edgewood looking at a potential tornado. We have Jarrettsville looking at a potential tornado. Shawn, south of Reisterstown, on over towards Simpsonville and Waterloo. These are all locations we're looking at potential tornadoes. Go ahead and take you on over to William Richmond Inc. Radar, see what we can't just discover as we dive in here live to these storms. Can I get high-res data loaded up in here? Yeah, we can see where we have a little bit of a curly Q right now. Currently sitting on my spatial tool. Sitting Highway 108, Talbot Drive, Old Montgomery Road. I'm looking Huntinghorn Drive, Morningside Lane, Keeger Road, Kerger Road, I guess, Montgomery Road, Old Stockbridge Road. So those are all areas I'm watching right now. As we come north here towards the Owings Mills area, I'm looking at Caves Road. Caves Road really seems to be where this one would be at its height right now. 129, Caveswood Lane, getting on over towards Hunting Tweed Drive, Garrison Forest Road, Rosewood Lane. All locations I'd be watching up here north of Cockeysville. We're really honing in here on Geist Road. Geist Road I'm taking a look at Cuba Road, Gardner Road are locations there. And then further north and east, getting into parts of Harford County, really getting out of the core of our coverage zone. But Patricia, this actually would not be a record for tornado warnings. I vividly remember when we saw Isaias move through, that was August 2020. That morning, I was tracking 5 tornado warnings in Southern Maryland alone, with like 9 more out on the Eastern Shore. So this isn't necessarily a warning. We do now have a 6th tornado warning coming in. Now, this one is not for Maryland. We are looking at Delaware, though, just south of Middletown, Delaware, south of Wilmington, but north of Jover. We're going to be taking a look at that right now. So this is really just, it's been active. I kind of want to let radar just loop here. This is just, this is over the last, what is this, probably 2 hours or so, and it looks like we're down to 4 tornado warnings in Maryland. But throughout the day, if we were to bring this back, we had our, and you'll see them pop in here, we had 1 in Charles County, we had 1 in Washington County, we had 1 in Baltimore County, Loudoun County, Montgomery County, Frederick County, Baltimore County, Montgomery County, Carroll County, Baltimore County, Montgomery County, Howard County, Baltimore County, Harford County, Harford County, Baltimore County. I'm counting 16 tornado warnings we've covered today. And like it's in such a tight corridor. All of this activity today has, for them, except for the Charles County storm, all of the activity today has been focused from here to here, all within this corridor. And what I do want to show you, let's see if I can just, I'm going to see if I can bring this up. This is one of my weather buddies. He runs an outlet that works with looking at tornado potential throughout the day and kind of forecasting ahead. And his forecasts are a little bit different than the ones we normally look at with the National Weather Service. Yesterday, one moment please, I want to get the right forecast brought up. Yesterday, his forecast was really honing in. I want to now bring you on over. Just take a look where we have tornado warnings right now. I bring you on over. His forecast was really honed in. This brown area is that bullseye of at least a 5% chance of a tornado. Keep in mind that on any given day in the summer, we have maybe like a 0.1% chance. So this is, I mean, I don't do math like that off the top of my head, but that's what, 50, 500 times greater than we typically see. But really focus there on northern Maryland. Like, again, we just said that it was this area that has seen a lot of the action today. And sure enough, that's exactly where his forecast pointed that out. My friend that runs that NATOcast. So good work. Good work. This is a current look. I'm hopeful. I mean, the way that this storm near Waterloo is looking, I would be hopeful that it's beginning to maybe pulsate down. We still have a bit of a curlicue hook with it. Still have a little bit of rotation, so they probably would continue this. This is going towards the radar. Let me use a different color so we can see it towards away. But this is much more of a broad rotation, right? I'm not seeing, I mean, these colors, like this is all the way up here, and then this is probably a good mile away. So it's like a broad. And unless the tornado really is that wide, which I don't suspect given this this couplet. See, just north of Owings Mills, this light rotation, again, this Edgewood rotation here, I mean, that's concerning. Let's see what we can get coming over here. I think this program might need a reset because it still shows 5 warnings when we don't have that many. So let's give her a little bit of a break. We can see if we, can I bring up my rotation tracks? Yeah, you can see where these rotation tracks really have been. Let's take the tornado warnings off for just a moment to show you. Where we start to get those yellows and we get those reds, those are indicative of high levels of rotation. These are tracks over the last hour, so you can see where we had one track here that was really focused from the Gaithersburg area through Simpsonville, where this is now. So this might actually try to spare parts of Anne Arundel County. We'll see. We had another rotation truck from Mount Airy, from Skysville, Oakland, Reisterstown, on over towards Shawn. That other little rotation bit there going through Owings Mills. We've been seeing this White Marsh tornado potential really heightened as well. So it's been active. It has been an active day. And we're getting there, though. We are getting there. It's like I jinxed it almost. We have a brand new tornado warning for the heart of Baltimore. This is for the heart of Baltimore City. Let me bring you on in here to William Richmond Inc. Radar. Get you a look at what it is we're tracking here. Brand new tornado warning here. You see Baltimore City highlighted there in red. That shows where we have active tornado warning. We're moving here to the east, 23 miles per hour at about 72 degrees. So do give me a moment as I get this posted. All right, so what we are now getting in from the National Weather Service is this tornado warning. It goes until 9:30. This is for downtown Baltimore. This does include the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. What the National Weather Service says is at around 8:41, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing tornadoes with a history of that as well. Was located over Catonsville or over Elk Ridge and moving east at 20 miles per hour. This is going to include locations like Dundalk, Essex. Let's go ahead and get that for you here. Let's see. So for those in the direct path of a tornado touchdown, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Damage to roofs, siding, and windows may occur. Mobile homes may be damaged or destroyed. Tree damage is likely. This is now going to be a list of locations, and this is going to be a list of times. So if you're in any of these locations or you're near them, go ahead and take those tornado safety precautions. We are talking downtown Baltimore, Glen Burnie, Catonsville, Pasadena, Arbutus, Ferndale, Brooklyn Park, Pumphrey, and Brooklyn Park at around 8:45 for an impact time. That is right now. Dundalk and Rosedale at about 8:55, Sparrows Point in Essex at 9 o'clock, Middle River, Back River, Rossville, and White Marsh at 9:05, and North Point State Park and Miller's Island at around 9:10. Other locations impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm include, but are not limited to, Nottingham, Linthicum, Fort Howard, East Point, Heathrow, Lansdowne, Martin State Airport, Edgemere, Turner Station, and Linthicum Heights. This right now is radar indicated rotation. There is nothing confirmed with this at the moment. For those of you that are in northern Baltimore City, you are fine. Right now, you are stuck between two tornado warnings, but you are fine. But this is going to continue to be a potential tornado situation that we are going to track with this rotation that is right near Catonsville at the moment. And we'll see what it's able to get going. As I give you a more regional look at radar this evening, we can see where all of the activity is right now. This is all north of Southern Maryland. So I think I see a couple of comments wanting to know about Southern Maryland or about an Ocean City or about parts of Virginia. Those locations are all looking fine. The corridor that I am watching right now is really from about where I-83 and I-97 are. So if we were to get, so we're talking just about here and out to the east, but north of Southgate. This is really the region that I'm watching. We're down to just 2 tornado warnings. The tornado warning that was in effect out towards Edgemere and then went out towards Aberdeen has been allowed to be canceled. Rotation has weakened a bit. We are still tracking an active tornado warning out here northwest of Towson, just south of Shawn, getting towards Cockeysville. We also have this tornado warning that is prompted with this cell that's getting ready to move into southern Baltimore County. Those locations in Anne Arundel County, I do want to take radar off and show you what that looks like. I mean, Glen Burnie, you're fine. Riviera Beach, you're now fine. Severn, you're fine. It is really like right there around Baltimore City. We're talking Brooklyn Park, um, kind of where BWI is in Points, North Pumphrey, out there. We are looking at the Inner Harbor, though, of downtown Baltimore, Dundalk, um, Rosedale, Edgemere, Middle River up here, Rossville, Arbutus, just south of Catonsville, Brooklyn Park, just outside of Elk Ridge, all locations we are going to be tracking right now. Right now, Frederick is looking fine. Frederick is fine. These storms have already moved through you. You've already seen the worst of this. For the people that maybe are just now tuning in, I'm Forecaster John Bordash, continuing to track what has turned into a very active severe weather day, tracking over 17 tornado warnings within our state. As things stand at just around 8:49 p.m., we have no active tornado warnings in southern Maryland. That's probably where the bulk of you are coming from, right? Wanting to know what that looks like. I have no active tornado warnings right now for southern Maryland. Right now, all of our tornado focus, as things maybe begin to wind down just a bit, is really focused there on parts of Baltimore County. We're talking Baltimore City. We are talking downtown Baltimore, the Inner Harbor. This is about BWI Points to the north. I'm also looking at a tornadic thunderstorm that is going to be just to the northwest of Towson. People for Anne Arundel County, I'm not seeing anything south of the BWI airport. Everything is to the north of there. Let's bring you on over here into interactive radar, see what it is I can get loaded up here for you. We can see where you have that little bit of a curly Q hook. Blue should show up. You see that right through there. Maybe that didn't look or show up as well as I would have wanted it to. There you go. You can see where that is. If I have a tornado with this storm, it's going to probably be right about here, which, I mean, on a due eastward track, puts that right through the Inner Harbor here, probably within the next 10 minutes. So that's going to be something that needs to be watched. This right now is not a confirmed tornado, which is important to note here. My rotation signals here, they're not overly strong. They are there, though. They're going to be something that I watch. We have one just to the northwest of Timonium, one that is just north of Elk Ridge. And I do want to see what I'm able to get. Let me see if I'm able to get any look at these storms with our MDOT camera network now that they're beginning to really move into this highly populated area. See what Arbutus is able to give me. I mean, what we can definitely see here, just how dark it is. And we're to the point of the year where it normally isn't this dark at 8:51. We're typically getting daylight through about 5 o'clock. Seeing heavy rain. Now that we're getting close tonight, it's going to be difficult to see a lot of this. I mean, just out here, and that's a little bit difficult to see. I can see some darkening of the skies overhead. Maybe the Catonsville camera can give me something, not too much. See what our Timonium cameras are able to give us. As these storms start to get close to 83, I mean, we can see just like that wall of water, that lowering of the cloud deck out here towards Timonium. Some of these cameras going offline given the weather. Yeah, just straight not a good time. See what I'm able to pull from socials right now. See if we have any new reports coming in, any new pictures or videos of what could potentially be happening here. Again, with this new tornado warning that is in effect for the Inner Harbor of Baltimore, this includes downtown Baltimore City. Seeing lots of reports from this is from the storm that is getting ready to move into Baltimore. We have been tracking this now for over an hour, close to 2 hours at this rate. Back when we went live, this is what this storm looked like as it moved through Poolsville. This is a scene you might see out of, I don't know, Wizard of Oz, something from the Midwest. You can really see that distinct tornado touchdown there, and that's a legit tornado. It's not like a rope tornado that had moved through parts of Montgomery County not too long ago. That is the same system that is now, bada bing, let's get John over here, that is now moving into the Lansdowne area. Again, these storms don't look the healthiest to me on radar. We have seen, though, they have continued to produce tornadoes. We could track this one all the way as it's moved through, now getting into parts of downtown Baltimore. And it looks like our northern tornado warning for parts of Timonium should be allowed to expire here soon as this storm moves out of the warning polygon. I have slight rotation, nothing that concerns me at the moment. And again, slight rotation now moving here into the bottom right-hand corner or bottom left-hand corner of Baltimore City. If I bring us on over to Live William Richmond Inc. radar, we can see when we have signs of early rotation coming in. I want to see what I'm able to get road name-wise here. So we're talking Canton Avenue. I'm talking Washington Boulevard. This is getting close to 295. I want to switch this back over to reflectivity mode. Yeah, we're now starting to get into Baltimore. We're talking U.S. Highway 1, Highway 144. Again, this is moving right now through Canton Avenue, getting into Washington Boulevard and South Monroe Street, Bayard Street, Kearny Street, Calhoun Street. Again, we're getting into downtown Baltimore. As this continues here to track to the north and east, this is really going to be taking a bullseye here. On the inner harbor of downtown Baltimore. That's where this is. All these small little gray lines, and I don't know how well they show up on whatever streaming device you're using me on, but these all represent streets, and you could just tell by how closely packed in they are that we're in downtown Baltimore. Now, will this necessarily impact things like the Raven Stadium or Camden Yards? That remains to be seen. But we are going to be tracking this here through downtown Baltimore over the next little bit with this tornado warning that is continuing for the time being. And this tornado warning has now gone confirmed. At 8:55, a confirmed tornado was located over Arbutus or near Baltimore and moving east at 25 miles per hour. Weather spotters have confirmed this tornado. I do want to see if we have any images, any video coming in that's getting shared out on social. That darker polygon represents where I have active tornado, an active confirmed tornado on the ground. I'm getting this in from user Jade Knows Best 13. It feels so childish saying that. But you can see this is what this tornado looked like as it moved through the Columbia region. This was not too long ago. This timestamp is telling me right around 7:39. You can see where we have that touchdown there. Yeah, just not looking the best with this storm. And this tornado warning has been continued now out towards White Marsh and parts of Edgemere, getting on over towards Joppa in Joppatown. This is south of Aberdeen. That's going to be probably That goes until 9:30 as well. Good news, the northern tornado warning for parts of Timonium and Sean have been allowed to expire. I am still looking to see if I'm able to get confirmation in a live look at what this tornado might look like right now as it moves into parts of Baltimore. We're, again, looking at a confirmed tornado moving into downtown Baltimore. I'm going to zoom us on in here. We are getting north of Brooklyn Park. We're sitting right around Washington Boulevard, West Hamburg Street. So I know that is one that sounds very familiar to a lot of people. We are getting close to Camden Yards now with this storm that now does indeed have a confirmed tornado with it. And this is going to be something that has to be monitored. Those within downtown Baltimore, within the Inner Harbor, need to be taking safe harbor, literally. And need to be taking this situation seriously. This is a confirmed tornado on the ground moving into downtown Baltimore. With a history of producing a damaging tornado with winds upwards of 100 to 110 miles per hour. We will see if it's able to produce something along those lines again. We'll see how this wants to pulsate up. But yeah, I'm moving right now into the heart of downtown Baltimore. I am right now sitting right at Conway Street. I'm sitting at Lombard Street. Again, a lot of these sound familiar to our sports fans. Fayette Street, West Lombard Street, Fairmont Avenue, Howard Street, Hanover Street, Sharp Street, West Street, Scott Street, moving right here into downtown Baltimore. Again, looking at Key Highway right now. I know we looked at that Key Bridge collapse not too long ago, but yeah, we're looking at State Highway 2. We're looking at South Charles Street, East Pratt Street, South President Street, Water Street, and all right through Lombard Street. I mean, I take you right through. And you can see where Lombard Street is. It's right here in the heart of where this potential rotation is going to be, moving right over the Inner Harbor right now. Just not looking like a pretty situation for those in the Inner Harbor and within downtown Baltimore. And this warning is still set to expire at 9:30. And I'm thinking once we get through this, we should be good to go at this rate. But we will need to continue to monitor. We will need to continue to see what is moving through the region. I wouldn't suspect much more activity though after this. Let me see if we have any new reports coming in from social. And this is video just now coming in out of Arbutus, and this should cycle through here. One of our traffic cameras, you can see when this tornado moved through that we have that power flash. You'll see it back here in the foreground, just that bright power flash, which is always indicative that we have something on the ground that is moving through, and that is what we saw going on. Continuing to track what is an active tornado warning with a confirmed tornado in downtown Baltimore. We're likely looking at an EF0 to an EF1 tornado. And right now, this is going to be tracking right through the heart of the city. And really just to give you perspective, I mean, if I were to show you our sensitive mode radar, what I like about this is this allows me really to see like where buildings are and stuff. If I take off the, like, keep in mind where this is, right? I take this off, and I mean, this is downtown Baltimore. I mean, you have your Raven Stadium, you have Camden Yards sitting right out here. So there's your Ravens. That's your Orioles Stadium. I put radar on. This moved right overhead. This moved, like our potential tornado right now would potentially be sitting right about there and would have tracked just about that way and has now continued off to the north and east. So we'll see what damage reports we get in. But right now, again, looking at downtown Baltimore, looking at a confirmed tornado that has moved through. Let's see what velocity is able to give me. Not looking, I mean, so this tells me right now that this probably, if it is a tornado on the ground, this is a weak tornado. I'm not seeing a whole bunch of strong wind gusts with this puppy. I do want to see if I can get my what our BWI version of this radar is showing me. If this is this really kind of shows where we would be looking at this potential tornado. I mean, you could see that is right over downtown. And this is going to be moving out here towards parts of southern Baltimore County, then eventually on over towards Harford County here over the next half an hour. So those folks, let's go ahead and time this puppy out. Still looking at about 70 degrees, 23 miles per hour. So we're talking Rosedale, 9:16, that's in about 10 minutes or so. Essex, 9:20. Rossville at about 9:22. Middle River, 9:26. Valley's Quarters at about 9:33. And what I did notice here as I was getting into base velocity, just all of these little areas of rotation that are just nonstop today with what we've been tracking. And we can really see that history of tornadic activity. If I bring us on over here, this is the last hour's worth of rotation tracks. You can see where this is tracked from Highland to Simpsonville, north of Waterloo, near Pumphrey, near Arbutus, getting right into downtown Baltimore, and now is ready to push off to the east. That Reisterstown tornado, the Sean tornado over near Timonium, where we now have rotation south of Riverside. White Marsh has kind of been in the midst of all of this. Definitely an active evening. See what we're able to get here on socials. This is an image I'm getting in on Twitter right now. I'm not too sure really what it is I'm looking at. This user, Geo Weather, reports tornado in downtown Baltimore. I can't imagine, though, that this is the entire, I can't imagine that's the full tornado, but this is just, images we are currently getting in from those in that area. I do not have another confirmed tornado on the ground that is currently centered near Valley's Quarters or near Middle River and moving east at 25 miles per hour. If I actually turn radar off here for a second, you can really see where both of these warnings are currently located. And for what locations they impact. Our initial tornado warning, our confirmed tornado in Baltimore is moving out. It looks like it no longer has the confirmed tag. You can see how that went from dark red to more of a light red. Again, just so you can note the difference. This dark red tells me I have a confirmed tornado. Light red tells me it's just radar indicated at the moment. This is now moving out of downtown Baltimore. This is now getting closer towards the Essex area, Rosedale, Rossville. See what's going on up here with Towson. I could see another potential tornado warning getting issued here north at Towson near Hampton and Glen Arm. I have a little bit of rotation right there. Core of my rotation right now, again, we talked about how this, I mean, you can see where this moved right over. How did this just go? Confirmed again. Yeah, it looks like it did. But you can really see, I mean, I have intense rotation here near the Chase area, south of Magnolia, Bally's Quarters. I mean, that is strong. This is radar picking up on the potential, and at this radar height of over 80 mile per hour winds here. So this very easily could be, you know, a 90 or a 100 here at the surface, I could see, if we were to be able to get that tornado touchdown to the ground. But a lot of this action now beginning to move here to the north and east. Tornado warning until we said 9:30 for southern parts of Baltimore County and until 9:30 for southern parts of Howard County. But it has just been, an active day, not one that I really expected here. Not seeing anything. Not seeing any new video coming in, and to be fair, it's a bit difficult. At this time of the day to get much. All right, so this is where we're looking. I see, is Essex on tap to get hit with this? Yeah, Essex, this is actually right on your doorstep. I mean, there you are. Tornadic circulation now is sitting over Rosedale. And Sarah, that's a good question, wanting to know like the time potentially with climate change here. We can never say conclusively that one event is caused by climate change, which is something that a lot of people like to go with, like, oh my, this one hurricane is evidence that there's climate change, right? When we talk about climate versus weather, those are two different things. Climate is like the umbrella, right? It kind of tells you the types of things you should buy at the store that should go into your wardrobe, and the weather is like what you wear out of that, right? So large scale, I mean, Maryland sees tornadoes, especially in the summer months. This is always a time period I'm looking at, and this honestly doesn't surprise me, especially given today's setup. And I mean, off the top of my head, I can't say that this is necessarily caused by climate change. Granted, we do know that climate change brings about a much more moist atmosphere because there's the melting that is occurring, that allows for more water particles and more water vapor. That's why we have many more humid days. That's why when we see hurricanes that form consistently over a period of time, they are so wet, they bring in so much rain, is because of the added water vapor. We saw that this winter as well. So you could try to make a correlation between the water vapor in the atmosphere allowing for that storm energy to really accumulate in the atmosphere today to allow for this. But given the nature of this is much more just of a wind direction because we have a warm front that quite literally has made it right here and has parked itself out. Like, we knew there'd be a warm front today, but it has not moved much past this. That's why we've had so much activity focused right here. Tomorrow, we get to play the game of a cold front moving through. So with a cold front that's going to be moving to the east tomorrow, the tornado threat shouldn't be as high, but it will lead to a damaging wind threat tomorrow afternoon and evening. And for the timing question, people, 1 to 6 p.m. is when we would be looking at. But this is a good warning sign of taking tornado safety precautions seriously, making sure you have a game plan. We know that in Southern Maryland we see, we see our fair share of tornadoes, and we have the last couple of years, but I could see this year being a little bit more active. We also have an active tropical season that's likely to take shape. So how does that play into everything? But all right, that is kind of where we stand right now, and I think we might just call it. The last bit of our activity right now is moving out of Baltimore, so it's really moving out of our coverage area. For those with interest up here through parts of Harford County, your Baltimore local stations are going to have good coverage for you. Stay with the National Weather Service, but after 2 hours, and that's 2 hours nonstop. We did like a couple half-hour live streams earlier. We're going to go ahead and call it. The worst of this is now moving out of Baltimore, moving into southern Baltimore County. But behind that, clearing skies, quieting weather conditions, and drying atmosphere ahead of tomorrow's additional storm chances that we'll detail more tomorrow, but I have a post up on JB Weather about that right now as well. So in the meantime, I'm Forecaster John Bordash. Have a nice and safe one. Please stay safe out there. Stay weather aware. If we get any warnings for Southern Maryland, I'll come with you, but I don't expect that tonight. Have a nice and safe one. Keep it tuned right here to JB Weather for the latest information.
Check the forecast anytime online at jbweather.net.